which is the recording. Hey guys, it is almost Merry Christmas time. You know, I've been talking about this since the 4th of July. I said, you know what? You're going to blink, it's going to be Thanksgiving, it'll be Christmas, it'll be January, and then you blink again, it'll be 4th of July, it'll be Thanksgiving, it'll be Christmas, and you know, the cycle, you know, God willing, that that we're all still here, because occasionally there's people that leave us for you know, not on their own accord, right? They just you know, they've been called. So I had a buddy of mine that happened to the other day. But you know, I wanted to a couple of things. One of the things that I was asked to talk about real quick was that the Christmas promotion is still going on, right? It's going on till midnight tonight. So if you want to take advantage of that, I know it says the 7th or something like that, but it's really the 8th. And so the other thing that that I wanted you to know is that, you know, people have asked me whether or not they can set up their loyalty purchase using their credit wallet. The answer is no. Now, will that ever be available? More than likely it will, but it's not available now. But you can make a monthly purchase from your credit wallet, and virtually the same thing without the automation, right? So I do that all the time. So, excuse me. Hey, I hope everybody is getting prepared for Christmas. And, you know, I wrote this the other day because, you know, I was thinking about great things happen to those that expect great things to happen. And, you know, a buddy of mine had a misfortune of having a stroke, and then, you know, has come rebounding back like a lion. I mean, you know, what would have taken most people years to, you know, possibly recover, this guy has done it in 90 days. I mean, he's like, you know, wham, you know, it was, you know, very unexpected, obviously. And, but, you know, after that little coincidence, he said, you know what, I think I want to, I do want to join you in Valentis, and I do want to build a nice big residual income. And I said, well, I said, congratulations. I said, I knew that you would one of these days, because it's really overpowering. I mean, if you think about it for a second, you know, I've earned, since I started, my 18th month just happened, right? So 18 months. One of the things that I was fearful of when I started 18 months ago was whether or not I could actually do this, right? And it's not that I, you know, it's hard to paraphrase that. It's hard to really express what I felt, but I had this, you know, deep-rooted fear. Being a consultant, you're living in a different bubble, right? You're living on the successes that you've had in the past. This is a bubble that is right now, right? It's current, and there's no disguising anything. So, you know, so that's part of the challenge, and was part of my fear of getting started. And I had to overcome that in order for me to move forward. But it was so obvious to me that Valentis had so many of the right components in place already. All that would have to happen was steady, consistent effort, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. And over time, you know, this business would grow, just like the business will grow for you. So over the first 12 months, I made $223,000 and some change. You know, not a bad income for, you know, people that earn a regular, you know, it's not good when you compare it to network marketing income, but it's great when you compare it to traditional income, right? It's hard to go out and find a job that would have paid me $223,000. There's just not a lot of those around for guys that are over over 50. I'll just put it that way. And too qualified, right? And too experienced, and so on and so forth. But what's important is that I've earned almost that amount of money in my first, in the 6 months, my first 6 months of my second year, right? So $203,000, so about 20 grand short. And if I'd have worked a little harder, I'd have beat it. But pushing $500,000 in a year and a half. My goal is to double what I made in the first 6 months for the next 6 months. So you're going to see me working harder and harder and harder. My wife doesn't understand, or doesn't really, she can't really figure out how in the world I can work any harder than what I'm already working, but I'll figure that out. So, hey, great things happen to those that expect great things to happen. One of the things that that I wanted to make sure that everybody had a real good understanding of were the promotions that were put in place, right? Why this stupid thing doesn't work. Oh, okay, yeah. So the travel reward promotions. So if you're a little fuzzy, I'm going to take you through it. The company that is behind this whole thing is a company called International Cruise and Excursion, or ICE, right? It's a travel benefit program to millions and millions and millions of consumers. The program is in 23 different languages from 15 offices around the country, around the world, and their primary office is in Phoenix, Arizona. The president of the company, David Barnes, is a friend of mine that I met through a friend, right, in the networking industry. And so David and I had been working on, David and I and Lance have been actually working on this for quite some time. It wasn't just something that automatically fell in my lap. But these travel savings rewards are really valuable. And you'll understand that as soon as you start, booking a reservation and seeing that you're actually saving money. This is $500 in the bank, right? And all you have to do after we send you a code, it's kind of a two-step process. And I wanted you to understand that, right? When you qualify, and you qualify to earn a $500 travel savings by doing 100 BV in October, November, or December. October, November, or December. If you've already done it, you should have already got a code. If you've already got a code, you need to go to this website, put your code that we've given you here, fill out the rest of it, accept the terms and conditions. Then we will text or email you the code that actually comes from ICE, that is in their system, and that makes all of this possible. But we had to have you go through this process to accept the terms and conditions and allow us to text you. So if you've already done your 100 BV, great. If you've done 50 BV, you can, in either October or November, and you want to qualify for this $500, then make a 100 BV purchase in December. You've got to accumulate 100 BV, right? So you can do it 3 months of 50, right? 50, 50, 50, and qualify. Or you can do 50 in November, then do 100, because if you're only doing 50 BV, it's taking you 3 months. It's taking you 150 BV. Or you can just go ahead and do 100 BV order, in December, and you'll qualify. So what's going to happen is you're going to get the code that we're going to text you, and you're going to go to TravelSavingsDollars.com. You're going to enter that code, and you will have an active website booking engine, basically, where you can go and check out everything. If you want to check it out ahead of time, just go to TravelSavingsDollars.com, go over here, take the test drive, and go check it out. Prior to me, when I was doing my due diligence on this whole thing, I must have done 100 different searches and compared those rates against, Expedia and Travelocity and Priceline, and the list goes on and on and on. And in every case, they were lower. And the reason they were lower is because this is a membership. This is a membership, the largest membership travel organization in the world with over 55 million members. So very prestigious, very rare that they do something like this. But today I did a little search of New York, right? 410 hotels in New York. I put in here over New Year's, right? In New York City. And here's hotels. There's no blackout dates. There's real-time booking. There's no restrictions of any type. If the room is available, and all you have to do is go to select room, and then you can book it. And you see that you would save $500. And if you go to compare the public prices, you'll see all the rest of. And what they do is their public price is the lowest advertised public price by any of the online sellers. So, I mean, it really is a tremendous, and, I just tried to do something like this to provide more value. I mean, let's face it, people are buyers, right? And I just wanted to give them another reason to buy, to go ahead and try our products, because I know that if they try the products, they're going to get hooked on them. And if you listen to Dave Jordan's call yesterday, and I hope that everybody was on it. I sent out the link, and if you don't have it, you can go to valentiscalls.com and listen to the recording and all the rest of the recordings that we have up there. But it was very detailed, and it was a lot of information about things that are coming down the pike, the sampling and the different things that are all happening. I'm telling you that, I've been telling people that the cocoa is going to be in single serving sticks here shortly. That's going to be a reality. The Instant Youth product is going to be in little packets so that they're, 2 or 3 samples or 2 or 3 different applications in one little sample. And if you heard there, he ordered 3 million of those to begin with, first order. So there's a lot of great things that are happening, and that's again one of the reasons that I decided to join Valentis, come out of being semi-retired back in 2018. When I was looking at my income, I said, well, $426,000, that's pretty good. But then I said, that's what John makes in a month, right? So I try not to compare, but what can you do? You have to, right? But John was one of those people that took a lot more risk than I did. He was here in the very beginning, and he's got a 4-year head start, right? So he deserves where he is financially. And but what I like about where we're at is that anybody can get started now and be where I'm at in 12 months. Not what I made in my first 12 months, be where I'm at, right? Total income, because of where the company's growth is at. There's a lot of things that have transpired over the course of the last 18 months that has made it easier for everybody to get started, and more things are going to be happening over the course of the next. 2020 is going to be an awesome year. If you got a little T-Rex animated video from me today, then you were on my special list. But I said, hey, 2020 is going to be awesome, and it is going to be awesome. So whatever, I would work as hard as I possibly could, and we're going to talk about that in a second, about how to put them in, keep them in, and move them along. That's a philosophy that I've had forever. But let's go back and finish this. Action items. Make contact with everybody on your team. Make sure that they understand the promotions, right? The travel credit. If you purchased 100 BV in October, November, or December, you qualified to receive a $500 reward credit. If you haven't received a code, reach out to me, right? I'll get on the records, look at it, and send it to you. If you purchased the 50 BV for 3 months starting in October, you qualified to receive a $500 travel credit. If you didn't do it until November, then you got to jump in and do a 100 BV order in December in order to qualify. And if you, so that's what it says right here. Okay, so that you just got to get to all of your team members, and that's the part of, you got them in. Now you just got to move them along, inch by inch, day by day. And, there's so many people that would love to do what we do, being an entrepreneur. I mean, it's one of those things that Les Brown just talked about, becoming an entrepreneur. And, but it's a journey. It just doesn't happen instantly. Because they join Valentis doesn't make them an entrepreneur. They still have the same habits. They still have the same fears. They still have the same things that they had when they were a W-2 employee. So you've got to, and I say you, all of us have to embrace those new people and help them, move them along. I was talking to somebody today, and I said, the best thing that we can do is help that new person send out their first 10 packages as quickly as possible, before their product even gets here, right? Because the company is still backed up 5 to 7 days, then, it's up to us. We can't let that person cool off and get buyer's remorse for whatever reason, or run into a friend or a relative or, whoever, a dream stealer, and have their dreams crushed by someone who doesn't know any better. So, the sooner we can get some activity going, and any little bit of success will, increase their belief. And that's all we want to do, folks, is just, raise their belief, just inch by inch by inch as we go along. So it really is up to you. Hey, if I send these out for you, let's get 10 people on the phone. Let's call them up and let's ask them a couple of questions, and let's get some samples to them. And, let's see if, they like the coffee as much as you like the coffee, as much as I like the coffee, as much as the 67,000 people that have been up to our Facebook site likes the coffee. And that's, that's the easiest thing we can do, because I know none of us have any fears, right? They have the fears. We don't have the fear. So I've already been turned down so many times. In my 31-year career in this industry, I have fear of nothing, right, except spiders. That's another story. The second promotion, Vacation in Paradise. I mean, this is a fantastic, fantastic resort. There are the resorts right here. And from what I understand, they're adding to that collection of resorts. But, 6 days, 5 nights, accommodations only. You pay your own airfare. You pay your own incidentals. Now, these are timeshare resorts, right? Now, no timeshare presentation is required of you. But, however, let me just tell you, and there's a lot of people that are starting to go on these, and you're going to hear some stories very shortly. People that are getting on with it, and from what I'm told, I haven't been yet, but from what I've been told, the hotel will contact you about the second day or so that you're there and ask you how you've enjoyed their property and invite you to come and sit through a presentation. And they usually add a little frosting to that whole thing. Now, I don't know exactly what that might look like, so I don't want to say, but it usually is something that will get your attention. And I just wanted to kind of tip you off, and we'll hear from some people as they go down and they go and take a look. So go to their website and take a look at the different resorts. Now, what I did with that is what I've asked people to do is accumulate 1,200 BV. 1,200 BV, you get to go on a trip. I mean, that's better than becoming an emerald, or, just collect 1,200 BV, and you can do that, personal purchases. So it's 100 BV for 12 months, 150 BV for 8 months, or 400 BV for 12 months, or any combination of the above, right? So, if you've already accumulated that, now nobody does this. I mean, when they start a rewards program, they never go backwards, but I had the opportunity to do that, and the guy said yes. And so I said, hey, let's put it out there. So, if you've been with me and you've done over 1,200 BV personally, by all means, send your request in. When you make your booking, there's a $90 reservation fee that I'm paying, right? I'll pay for it. If you don't go the next time, then I eat it. The next time you do go, you pay for it. So if you cancel. So that's it. And we can talk more about that as we get closer. So Vacation in Paradise. The last thing that we rolled out in November was our enrollment bonus pool. And so you enroll a new IR, they purchase a business builder pack, a Ruby pack, you're going to get 10 of those codes. You're going to get 10 of those $500 codes that you can do with as you deem necessary, right? You can use them as incentives. You can give them to the people that buy the business builder package. You can do whatever you want. You can't sell them, but you can give them away, right? You can give them to your friends. You can give them to your family, whoever might be traveling, and they can go on, activate that code, have their own website, and take advantage of it. If you do a career pack, you're going to get 20 of those. Now, then somebody said, well, what if I do 3? Well, what happens then is that you're going to get a 6-day, 5-night vacation at the resort. So you do 3 or more. So there's already people that have won that. Congratulations to those people. If you do 4, you're going to get all the above, plus you're going to get 1 ticket for the event in Las Vegas in May, right? Las Vegas in May. And there's already people that have done that. And then, if you do 5, you're going to get all the above plus another ticket for the event. So you've got 2 tickets, husband and wife, husband and significant other, whatever, husband or business partners, whatever, and 4 nights at the Green Valley Resort on me, right? And there's already people that have done that. So I made those reservations. And then if you do 6, you're going to get all the above plus something special, and I'm still trying to figure out what that's going to be, because there are people that have done that. So it's I didn't expect anybody to do 6, but you throw it out there, and there's always somebody that'll work extra hard in order to do that. And Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, I appreciate you and the hard work that you guys have done. And they also took advantage of the offer that Marshall Silver has put out to everybody, and that buys a business builder pack, and that is 2 tickets to Turning Point, and went to the Turning Point up in San Francisco, flew up there from their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Anyway, here's why some teams are growing and others don't grow, right? They're introducing the promotion to everyone on their team that is not ordered and moving them along, right? We're seeing a huge spike in new orders as a result of people trying the coffee, trying the cocoa, now trying the Instant Youth product. And they're explaining that if they order one product for 3 months, 50 BV, right, they'll get a $500 travel credit. So it's just a matter of you talking to people. People love to buy things, especially now. I mean, we're in the buying mode, if you haven't noticed. You know, people are looking for, and who would love to give away some of the instant youth or some of the coffee or whatever to some of their relatives and some of their friends. So great gift, you know, 50, 60 bucks, and they're going to wind up getting a $500 credit that's good at over 1 million hotels and resorts worldwide. So, and, you know, again, they're just taking people through the process and explaining everything to them and working with everybody that's in their organization. So that's why some teams are growing and other teams aren't growing. So you can choose either path, life of abundance or a good job and security. Well, you know, which ones that we want, right? We want the good life and a life of abundance. So, you know, why don't we do this? And I do this from time to time. Why don't I stop the share? And we've got, I'm going to make it a kind of a short session this evening, but I'll stop the share. We'll come back live. We'll go to any questions anybody might have. Phyllis had asked me for that Excel spreadsheet. Somebody else the other day asked me for it as well. That shows what happens when you add one person a month to the business over the course of 12 months, and you teach everybody to do exactly the same thing, and how you can move that business from 0 income to 50,000 a month income over the course of 12 months. You know, obviously, everything's got to be, you know, in a perfect world, right, for all of that to happen. But stranger things have happened. I've seen people come into this business and do better than that. I mean, way better than that. So anyway, any questions from anybody? Don't be shy. And if you have a question, just go ahead and unmute yourself. And if you don't know where that is, that's down in the left-hand corner where the microphone is, and you can unmute yourself and come on in and ask any questions that you might have. Everybody's quiet tonight. They're shopped out. Too much Christmas shopping, guys?
That's right.
Christmas shopping now is getting so much easier. I mean, now with Amazon capturing 42% of retail sales, my wife just sits there and, you know, oh honey, look at, you know, I just got this, I just got that, and, you know, boxes start flowing into the house, and you never have to leave. You never have to go fight the crowds. I said, oh, thank you, Amazon, right? So anyway. Okay, guys, hey, Green Valley Resort, if you haven't made reservations there and you want to stay at that property, I would suggest that you call them. And then the phone number to call is 702-617-7777. 702-617-7777. As for reservations, tell them that you're with Valentis. They've got a $160 rate, run of hotel. You might get a king bed, you might get, there's more doubles than kings. If you want to select, then they bump you up a little bit, like 10 bucks or something like that. So it's $160 plus $25 taxes and resort fee. So I'm arriving on the 13th and exiting stage left on the 17th. So so Rick, you're booked the same dates. So we will see you there, and I'm sure we'll go have dinner somewhere. You're still muted. Now you're not muted.
Still muted.
Now you're not.
Can you
muted.
hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. I didn't know I had a room until I got that little pterodactyl popping into my phone telling me that you're a man of your word, or at least a dinosaur of your word.
Right, right.
For
The
both
t-
dinosaurs, I guess that works.
Right, for old dinosaurs, right? Yeah. I, I, I sent that to my 2-year-old grandson, and my daughter said, "You scared him to death." So no more dinosaurs. So I sent another animal, and she said that one didn't work either. So, I'll stop with
Chuck, we just keep trying.
the emojis.
Trying
Right?
to be better. That's it. That's it. But hey, thanks again.
Okay, guys, what else? Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Great, Chuck. How are you?
Good, good. Good to see you.
Have you heard any dates on when the chocolate cocoa samples will be available, or are they not giving that to you?
You know, from what Rick sent me today, he kind of let the cat out of the bag that it looks like January, right? At January sometime. So, yeah, he said, working on cocoa sticks, Emulin, and by the first week of January. So skincare samples, blah, blah, all of that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's all coming, it's coming out of Kevin's new facility in Fort Myers. And if you saw the video that John shot when he was down there, that place was in total disarray, right? And they were just building the walls and, doing all of those things. The machinery, hadn't arrived yet. So a lot of stuff had to be done. Each one of the manufacturing rooms got its own air conditioning unit. They control the humidity. I mean, it's really state of the art and state of the art, processing equipment. And I didn't know that he was going to keep the other facility in Naples that I've been to. But we're going to, like Dave said, we're going to have some type of little event down there. And so, kind of be looking through your database, for people over on that side of the planet, right? From Tampa to Sarasota to Fort Myers, across Alligator Alley into Miami and so on, in that general hub. So somebody could drive over and participate and come over and meet you and look at all of those things. I'm gonna go down.
Yeah, do you have any suggestions? Reason I say that is I have a number of people that I've contacted that
want the cocoa.
don't like the coffee.
Okay. Yeah.
And one suggestion, I guess, is on your instructions, you said 8 to 10 ounces of water. But I'm finding for myself 12 to 16 ounces, believe it or not.
Is that right?
Also, some of the other people that had it, drank it stronger with that, had a funny reaction to it, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
It made them queasy to the stomach.
Right. Yeah.
As when they diluted it down, it didn't.
Yeah. And so, we're telling people now to drink a little water because the new formula is a little bit different, right? And a little bit stronger. So drinking a glass of water ahead of time before you have that cup of coffee in the morning. And when I got my coffee, my sponsor never did do any training with me. So I got this, this canister and with a scoop, and I like my coffee kind of strong anyway. So I put 2 scoops in mine and drank my first 2 cups with 4 scoops of coffee and went bolting out the door, at 8 o'clock. didn't slow up till 4 in the afternoon. And my wife said, I came in, she said, what's gotten into you? She said, are you on drugs? And I said, no. I said, I just, I had that coffee this morning and, thought I'd get out and, do all these 100 chores that you had for me. And
Right.
So she then read the directions that are, kind of fine print. And she said, how many scoops did you use? So that's what happened. That's what happened to me. But yeah, so
Right, I can say, I mean, I personally, I've diluted it down. I put it in a 16-ounce coffee container
right,
for the car,
right.
and I drive about an hour to work, and I drink it going to work,
Okay.
and things like that. And it's been very good, and I've lost 14 pounds now, and I'm very happy with it. And Jill, my wife, she's very happy with it. She's lost her weight, not quite as much as me, but I'm very happy with it and stuff. But in the same way, we've run across the people that want the cocoa.
Yeah.
And it's
I've got
give them a sample.
I got a doctor in Utah, and he's lost now 42 pounds on the cocoa in 7 weeks.
Right. And personally, real honestly, I'm really not a coffee drinker.
Uh-huh.
I would like to do the cocoa, but I just haven't gotten it yet,
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but,
Well, I tell people, and a lot of people that I talk to aren't coffee drinkers, but they do want to lose weight. And I just go, well, you just have to suck it up. You just have to,
that's what I've done. That's what I've done.
Just suck it up. If you want to lose weight, then just pretend like it's something else.
Okay. So, it looks like the target date is in January for the cocoa samples then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep,
Appreciate it.
you bet. You bet. So guys, anything else? I'm available all week. I'm going to be here all week. So my buddy Rocky just came up here and he said, come on. So yeah.
Hey, Chuck, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Chuck, I have a question about the coffee.
Okay.
So I have a lot of prospects who ask me what's inside a coffee that make them lose weight.
Oh yeah, great question. I'll send you the ingredients.
Okay.
Because since they were written by a doctor, and since I can't pronounce the ingredients, I'll send them to you, and you can read them. But I'll send those over to you shortly.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So I had there's a doctor in Tucson that actually did the first ingredient sheet for me, and then I convinced her that since we changed the formula, would she please update the ingredient list? And she said, well, I'll do that, and I'll do the cocoa as well. And I said, oh, good, great. So she did both of those. If you guys need those, let me know, and I'll get them to you. I've sent them out before, but sometimes they fall into that black hole. But I'll get that to you. I'm going to be in all week. Anything that I can do for anybody, let's get packages out. There's still lots of time between now and Christmas. We still have 2 weeks, right? So I'll be around. Okay, good. Is that it? Are we done?
Hey, I got a question, Chuck.
Go ahead.
I got a question, Chuck. This is Juan. Hey,
Yeah.
I got a merchandise on my last shipment for the loyalty purchase. I ordered 3 of those slim rolls, and I got only 2. And
Yeah.
they was working on it, trying to get through the line, the process of getting it expedited. But is it normally this long? It takes a minute. When my shipment got here, it wasn't there, and then I make a request to Dale to see if we can follow up on that.
Yeah,
So-
you know, shoot me a picture or something, or send me over the order number, and I've got the Triple Diamonds and above have got a special line that we can get into, so I'll inquire about that for you and see what we can do in order to get that fixed. I mean, you know, we did have some screw ups during, you know, that mad rush time, but they're getting all of those fixed. But we'll get that fixed for you, buddy.
Okay, thank you so much.
You bet. Okay. Hey, great guys. It's let's put the pedal to the metal until, you know, the at least till the day before Christmas. You know, we can take the 25th off, maybe even the night of the 24th, and then back at it again on the 26th. So I hate to be a slave driver, but we need to. That's the problem with the volunteer army, right? Anyway, hey, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys on a Sunday. One of the things I look forward to, and if anybody needs me, you know how to get a hold of me. I'll get that other stuff out to you, and we will be available anytime. So with that, God bless everybody. Thanks for joining me here tonight, and we will see you when I see you. Okay, buddy. See ya. Bye.